And don't get it confused, I ain't saying I'm the shit, I'm just better than you. I just said I can beat you like competitors do. Now you're poking at your chest like you got something to prove. It really ain't that serious, so I'ma end this beef like a period.
Cause my pen better. Left D-Up-Dub, NLB was born, I'm a trendsetter. What? We coming for the king. You better not miss. We taking momentum. This a pick six. Acces on the sticks, we the no life boys. No life, no life, no life, no life, no life boys. No life, no life, no life, no life. Time to get lit, we the no life boys.
Welcome to the Pick Six Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle. Here once again with my co-host, Los. Los, what's good?
What's up, man? I was NLB's most wanted. Boys is at my neck, but he's that 30 through 16, man. I feel bad, bro, especially for Shell. That boy was deep in his feelings.
Hey, doing it this way is so much more crucial than doing it the write-ups. It's like when you're writing and you can say it in a nice way. You really can't say stuff in a nice way like how you really feel, just saying it with your voice. I think this is like, it made it like so much, it made it worse, but it made it better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know how to sugarcoat shit. You'll come back and lay the hammer on niggas. You're dead wrong.
Also joining us is the resident smart cast guy, Beatty. Beatty, what's good?
Why you got to put the cast at the part? Why I can't just be the smart guy, dog? See, that's that shit I was just talking about, dog. You come back saying some sideways type shit, man.
You smart guy cast, man.
Man, everything's good, man. I'm just ready to see who Los piss off today, and then see why I can rationalize why he probably right, and why the nigga probably is not as good as he think he is.
I think I know one guy's gonna be pissed off. I'm not gonna say it right now, but I really don't want to say it because he might not act like he pissed off, but I think he gonna be pissed off for real. We'll see tomorrow. I'll inbox y'all and tell you who I think it is. All right, Los, you ready to jump right into it?
Yeah, man, let's get it. I'm kind of nervous, bro.
Hey, them boys might pull up to Aubrey,
Let's
man.
get it. Hey, man, I don't know. We'll see. But at 16, we gonna go with King Snake, man. I got that boy Archie at 16. Kind of slid this year. Beatty, what you got on Archie as a GM, kid?
As a GM, he's probably what you would consider, and rightfully so, maybe the Billy Bean. The Billy Bean of
Beatty,
MLB
what you got
world.
on Archie as a GM?
You guys are unfamiliar, Billy Bean is a general manager for Oakland A's. Not really a snake per se, but just real savvy and do some unorthodox shit, you know, and it tends to work out for him. Archie, on the other hand, does a lot of unorthodox shit and it works out, but he does shit in a slithery manner. But you know, you got to admire, he stays true to form. He's on the level where he'll get a lot of assets and he'll trade with the guys for already developed players. So he doesn't really just develop a lot of guys. He mostly trades for these guys. But I mean, overall, he's definitely upper tier, upper elite echelon type of GM guy.
Okay. Well, as far as his game this year, I didn't get a good feel for Archie. What, he quit like year 4? Like, I don't even remember playing Archie. You know what I'm saying? I know he went out and carried the cross when he traded those 3 guys from the Jags. I know he's a chameleon as far as his gameplay goes. He does like me. He looks at streams and he steals schemes and incorporates it to his offense and defense. He's an above average user, but he'll tell you himself his stick skill isn't elite, but he always builds a team to where he can compete with anybody in the league. Kyle, what you got on Archie, bro? What can he do to get better?
I think what Archie can do to get better, he pretty much has to practice what he preach. I mean, he puts out a lot of info, a lot of advice, but then turn around and say he doesn't lab. I mean, I don't know if somebody can really take you serious when you say, well, you need to do this, you need to do that, and you don't do it yourself. And I know he has the time because I know I be in my bed like 2 in the morning, and I'm subscribed to his YouTube when that shit'll pop up and he playing some kind of game. I don't know what kind of game that is. Some type of game he be playing. So I know he got the time. I know he didn't like the Madden, but can't hear you, Los. Your stuff sound crazy. Los.
Well, hey, so first for Ross.
But anyway, for him to get better, I think just like I said, practice what he preach. Go out there and lab himself. He said he likes to take other people's things and use it for himself. That's what he may have to do.
Now, he commented saying, we must have missed his DBs and his linebackers, cornerbacks, both safeties. But I think Los kind of hit the nail on the head. We didn't really get a feel for anything that was Archie missed at all because he got them put so fast. It was just that fast. So we really don't. I mean, truly, like unless you said, well, let me watch this. You really don't know what was his and what was just off of whatever happened, what he traded for. Don't know because it happened so fast.
Right. And I think, and I was kind of saying,
sorry about that.
Are you back?
Yeah,
I was kind of saying, I was saying not to myself, like, are people still gonna think Archie was because he's been a top 10 player, but the last 2 Maddens he has quit the last 2 Maddens, and before he quit he'd make the playoffs, but he wouldn't make the playoffs till like maybe the last year or 2 before he quit. He did make the Super Bowl 1 year, the year before last, so I think it's he gotta be more consistent. Last throughout the whole Madden season. I know it's difficult because I struggle with it. Be consistent, last through the Madden season, and practice what you preach as far as labbing and come up with your own concepts and stuff.
Oh, okay. That's shit dead on for that guy. You guys excuse me, man. My phone connected. My wife pulled into the garage, and my phone connected to my car. So whatever you were saying, she heard.
So I should take back all that big booty talk. Tell I didn't mean that shit, man.
Hey, man, don't be looking at my white booty.
I wasn't talking about us.
But yo, okay. You got anything else on Archie, baby?
No, man. Just like I said, it's like he just made a cameo this last release. Really, wasn't much to it. So the fact that he's actually up 3 spots from last year, I think he probably should have stayed about the same range because we don't really have a feel for what he was worth, if anything, this last release, in my opinion.
And I got one last thing. Hello, Spencer. I got one last thing. I know Archie. I know he be saying that he's gonna duck. I think he may be playing, but I don't want to see Archie duck. I think this year, Madden can be very, very fun. Even if the Madden game is terrible, we can make the Madden season fun by locking in with people who are our rivals. People that'll make the gameplay more exciting. So just as far as just the matchups. So I think it's a couple guys they're gonna pull up on Archie. So let's see if it happens.
Yeah, the street still is talking. We'll see. All right, at number 15. We got that boy Baron Swift Dawes. Baron Swift Dawes, baby. You've been knowing Swift a little longer than me and Kyle. What you got on that kid as a GM, I guess?
He kind of stays relatively quiet when it comes to move. He does most of his damage before actual release, off-season type stuff, before we actually get the game, a little move here and there. But he's not very active on the GM front. Doesn't really put a storyline together. If he does develop somebody, you won't know it because he ain't gonna tell you. You just see a player. The stats might pop up screen, might win the award. So, but as far as what this league looks for GM wise, he's definitely in the second half. So he's not in the top half of the group as far as GM goes. What we kind of look at as a good GM in this league.
Well, I've been playing with Swift since about 12, and I don't think his gameplay has actually gotten worse. I think we've just added better players, and like I don't think he's progressed as a player. He's still at the same level he was at 12. He's still like at the upper half of the group skill wise. He's a great user. He loves the blitz. He kind of got stuck on some plays this year defensively and offensively. Like when he was in 3 single back, 3 receiver set, I knew a play action was coming with the deep crosses. He loved he loved the swing pass. They've been killing him with the swing pass this year. Motion swing, yeah, man. But Swift still is a above average defensive user, so and I know this shit will fuel Swift, so Swift may sneak up on some balls, but he's at 15 right now. What you got, Kyle?
I played Swift a couple times. I ain't played him too many times, but I did watch some of his streams, and I think the thing with Swift is, I think outside of the game, I think as far as knowing the game, reading up on the game, researching, he has that part. He takes time for the game. As far as the gameplay, I think he gets stuck on doing the same thing over and over and over again, and that kind of hurts him. The cornerback slot blitz was one thing he did a lot. The swing pass was one thing he did a lot. He was just repetitive. He didn't mix it up a lot. I think Swift was trying to pass the ball too much. When I came to the league, and I seen Swift was a runner. Swift used to run the ball like crazy. He had like 700 yards rushing with a guy one time against somebody. Didn't now he's trying to become a passer. I don't think passing is a strong suit. So Swift, get back to running, get back to playing defense, switch it, mix it up, quit being so repetitive and predictable, and he'll be okay.
That's pretty fucking good, man. Anything else on that, Beatty?
No, can't go behind that. That's straight. That's straight right there.
Yeah, he nailed him. All right. So at 14, we got the guy who's becoming the most hated guy in the group, in my opinion. He catching up with you, Earl. We got that boy Jordan. Beatty, what you got on Jordan? Is he a good GM?
Man. Now I'm sitting there thinking maybe George should have been a yesterday kind of guy. Anyways, but GM wise with Jordan, he if you ever tried to get a trade with Jordan, it's kind of like if you let's say you went to the prom, right, and the chick was a virgin, right, and let's say she told you all week you was gonna get smashed. But when you went to rub on her booty, she had a metal chastity belt on with a padlock on it. And you knew that you wasn't going to get the ass, but she just kept telling you was. That's Jordan. And he'll talk to you about a trade forever and ever and ever, and then all of a sudden he goes silent for 3 days. It's not good GMsmanship, man. It's not a way to build any trade buddies and trade partners. He don't really like to trade anyway. He can't keep stock rosters. So, I mean, it works for him, so you can't really say he's a bad GM. You can't really say he's a good one because they don't really do too much. So he's an average GM. Average.
All right. Well, when I think of Jordan, I think of that no trade clause. That's what we're going to start calling that boy, no trade clause. And I also think of he's probably more conservative than Pat. And Pat is super conservative. But he's not going to beat himself most times, unless you do stop the run and make him throw. And at that point, he only trusts like 4 or 5 pass plays, and a good user know where the ball is going. So Jordan, he doesn't make mistakes, so you're not going to beat him if you're not super good. But outside of that, I don't know, man. I really can't. Kyle, what you got on Jordan? I ain't got no good grasp.
As far as Jordan will trade. He'll trade, but he won't make any no-nonsense splash type trades. He won't go out on a limb and take a chance. He's going to win. He's going to win. He's not going to take a chance. far as his gameplay, Jordan likes to run the ball. He's a runner. That's what he do. He runs, and runs some more. He's not a great passer. He will sneak a pass in there here and there, but he wants to run the ball. He wants to go out, come out there, I form, big sets. And this Madden might be good for him because from the gameplay I've seen today, them big sets is killing. As far as his defense, he wants to play man defense. That's what Jordan wants to do. When Jordan has to go to his zone defense, Jordan struggles in zone because Jordan doesn't have a great user. So when he goes to zone, he struggles. But if he can play man press and he has the players to do it, then Jordan will be okay.
All right. So at 13, maybe a surprise. This may, I don't know, strike up a little ruckus in the group. Some may say high, some may say low. But at 13, we got that boy James Grant, the young Grant, coming in from League 2. He came in, got Carmen squad, and he won a fucking Super Bowl. All right? So, ain't much you can say because he went through me, Spencer, I don't know, his brother, and then he beat Reed in the bowl. Beatty, what you got on James as a GM?
Well, this is a tough GM call because if we look at Tim Bird and we say Tim is a terrible GM because he got a good team and fucked it up, then you would have to say James is a good GM because he got a great team and he didn't fuck it up. You know what I mean? So you could say that, but then you can also say that he didn't have too much hand in actually building the team because I don't have a reference point because I wasn't in League 2, so I can't tell you what he did over there as far as building the team. I will say though that this motherfucker will not ever entertain any conversation I had about any player ever at all. So he basically has somebody telling him who he should not listen to. I don't know who that is though. We'll figure it out eventually. So the jury's still out on him, but I'm gonna lean towards him being, since he's a pretty good player, that he's a decent GM until proven otherwise.
All right, I played James probably twice. I think we split or we played 3 times. He won 2 of them. I don't remember, but he is Jordan, except he passes a little more. His offense is really balanced. He's not gonna beat himself. He has a decent defensive user, but he sprinkles different shit in at perfect time. Like he has a fairly decent sized playbook. It ain't the biggest, but it ain't the smallest. And he mixes his defenses up real good, a little more than his offense. But he will run the ball, and like I've seen this guy run the ball on 3rd and 8. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna beat himself, and that's a good thing, especially when you get a loaded squad. So, and he knew plays to attack Reed's cover too. That's how he stole the ball from him. So I really like James. I think he's a good addition to the league. What you think, Kyle?
I don't know much about James. I know he went to the bowl and won it. I didn't play James not one time, so I really can't say too much about his gameplay. I didn't really watch his streams, so I can't really say what I saw. I did watch the Super Bowl, and from what I saw from the Super Bowl, I think Reed lost that instead of James won that, because Reed threw so many fucking picks. Reed was just chunking that bitch up in the air. And it was still a close game all the way to the end. And Reed just kept throwing picks for some. I mean, like, he kept throwing picks. I'm telling Reed, like, just run a regular offense. Like, you throw these damn streaks and lobs and shit, but whatever. But I think, as far as James, I think what James need to do is come in and develop a squad. Like, he got to develop a squad and win. Bottom line, because everybody questioned. He came in with Carmen team. Carmen had a guy squad, whatever. He fell on that squad, so he got to come in, build a squad, and win with it. If he come in and he can't build a squad and he can't win, then we gonna know that last year was a fluke.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like Beatty though. Who in that kid ear, man? Like Beatty's like saying people snitching on him, like don't talk to Beatty. He a snake. But we got number 12. We got the man with the 3rd most rings in the league now. And he ain't won a ring since when? 25? 13? We got that boy Dave the Hog, man. What you got on Dave, baby?
Now, Dave is what you call the risk taker GM. Dave will pull a trigger on some asinine shit at any point in release. Don't matter if he gets what he wants. Dave will also give you a deal like you might not ever win a deal with Dave, but you won't ever lose a deal with Dave because you're gonna always get what you want. You know, he just might get what he wants too. So he's actually a very good trade partner. Dave's somebody you can trade with to where you leave the deal not feeling grimy, not feeling dirty, feeling good about the situation. Um, he's really good with development of secondary guys. He's pretty decent with that. Um, actually really good with developing secondary guys. Pretty good with that. But yeah, as far as the working relationship with Dave, Dave was a pretty solid GM, and earlier on in his life with us, he wasn't as vocal and didn't move as much. But lately, the last couple, he's been doing a lot more movement, a lot more talking, a lot more inbox work. So I mean, at least with me, maybe I was just so trash you wouldn't talk to me. But you know, he's definitely he's definitely upper echelon. He's not, you know, he's better than average. Actually, he's up there. He's in between the elite and the average guys. So he's in that upper middle class.
Okay. Well, Hog is still a really fucking good Madden player. Like, he set the standard so fucking high that now when he's losing to guys and guys has passed him, people look at it like he's fell off when he's actually, I don't know, Kyle will be able to give you a better view at it. But he still makes the playoffs consistently. He made that boy Will Fuller a monster. He will trade, like Beatty said. He sent me D Hopkins for Jakeem Grant and some shit. Like, I don't know, man. He still runs his inside read. His user ain't what it was. Now, Dave used to have a crazy user with cushion. And I'm still thinking that true step is really hurt his game. That's what I think. That's my theory on Dave. But what you got, Kyle?
All right. Dave was in my division. I enjoyed playing Dave. I got the upper hand in the matchups. But so we usually, me and Dave, we would trade, but like I said, we was in the same division, so we didn't trade this Madden really. But the first thing I want to say is I don't know if Betty or Keeper brought it up in the Smart Guy cast, and I really didn't think of it that way. Everybody's saying Dave fell off this Madden. Dave had his whole fucking insides rearranged. Are you serious? This what they transplanted, what they implanted, they liver, kidney, whatever the hell that was.
Nigga got livers and kidneys, nigga, on the damn news stories and shit. Yeah.
Man, the dude had his whole insides rearranged, bro. We know Hogg is not the player he used to be, but he's still a very good player, and to went through what he went through as far as the surgeries, life and death type shit, to be honest. He still came and played. He still had a good attitude. And half you motherfuckers can't play a game just because of some simple shit. This dude got goddamn stitches from his neck to his damn navel and he playing games. But other than that, as far as gameplay, the thing with Dave, like you said, true step. Dave used to have a monster user. I used to watch Dave, his juking, and I'm thinking when I first came into the league, I inboxed him one time like, yo, how the fuck do you juke like that? I want to learn how to juke like that. His juke was crazy. It carries over to his defense. Like you were saying, he used to use it with cushion. Dave building defensive line now. You'll see Dave over there on Clowney rushing the passer. And that's not the Dave I know. The Dave I know is on that linebacker out there in coverage. I'm catching picks, doing crazy juke moves to bring it back for pick six. So I think Dave need to get back to what he used to do. Get back to running the ball. Dave is not a great passer. He's a great runner. Get back to running the ball like he used to. Get back to using it on defense. Don't try to get too fancy. Don't try to pass all crazy. Because a lot of guys cannot pass in this game like maybe like a Nav or a Monty. And that's okay because I can't pass like that neither. Do what your strength is. If your strength is running the ball, run the fucking ball. Sneak and pass it here and there. But don't try to come out passing every damn down and you find yourself in the hole and you wondering what happened.
Man.
Hey, I predict the return of the ice water though. I think he got a new level playing field, life looking a little better for him. So I see a return of the ice water.
Ooh, y'all heard it here first.
Hey,
Dave returning to the elite, baby.
But he's not
at 11.
far off. So I mean, it ain't like it's like far fetched. He's right. Even people say he fall off, he's still top fucking 15, top 12 every fucking season. I mean, if you say he fell off and you below him, then I guess you just trash. Then if you say he fell off,
the niggas below show got a lot of talking to do. Yes, Smith talking about I'm a choker and ain't make playoffs. But number 11, we got that boy Haji. Haji is making waves in our league. Manoz, man. Manoz runs our league too. He's a funny dude. He brings so much enthusiasm to the league. He trades like he's exactly what the group wants and needs out of its users. Baby, what you got on Haji as a GM, bro?
Man, he's definitely upgraded his whole GMsmanship about 3,000% since he done stepped in the League One with us. And he done listened to me so much with the GM shit that damn it, I can't get a deal with him no more. So, but he definitely shows savvy. You know, it's to the point where, like, you know, he gets to where he's like, I'm going to do this deal with this and this, but I'm going to do it this way with this, and that. And in my mind, I'm like, that's exactly what the fuck I would did. So, I mean, I feel like he has ascended, not only gameplay-wise, but y'all talking about, but as far as working relationships with people, you know, giving a little bit here to get a little bit on the back end. He's done a real good job with upgrading himself in those situations. So he is definitely a better than average. And when his game actually gets to that almost elite level where I think he can get to, then he's going to be considered an elite GM here pretty soon.
Man, I love Manoz Ramudamu. Is that how you say his last name?
Hope I spelled that bitch right.
Manoz is like...
Hope I spelled that bitch right.
Man, this kid, I don't know, man. He do the skits. He can fucking play. You know what I'm saying? When his son did Spencer, I fucking lost it, dog. But as far as gameplay, Manoz, he plays exactly two defenses. 4-6 normal, and then he'll jump and dime or quarters cover 4 or dime cover 4. That's all you're going to see from him. But he's still effective. Like, only the top tier players is beating this guy consistently. You know what I'm saying? On offense, he ate with the Sharon Pete Cat. He would just send him across the middle all the fucking game. You know, he had a decent run. The only thing I didn't like about his offense is when he get in that damn, it was like a wildcat, and it'll be a straight dive into the fucking line. Get rid of that shit, Manoz. But outside of that, get out of that, like, I don't know. I'm going to let Kyle tell you how to get better.
Man, I love Manoz, too. Manoz, he helps out a lot with the league, too. He stood up, took care of that for me, and they ran off into and building. They coming into a legit league with some good, real good players over there, and let them tell it a lot more players than we have in League One. So we'll see. But Manoz would trade, man. Manoz would trade. He would trade if he think it helps him. Manoz will go out on the limb and he'll take a chance and he'll trade. That's what I like about Manoz. As far as that, the guy he developed, Peak, he snuck up on me. I'm like, I never knew who Peak was. To be honest, I didn't know who he was. Then I looked at the.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Kyle. Carmen actually developed Pete and he traded him to Manoz.
Okay, well, he used the hell out that motherfucker. I wonder where the hell Pete came from. I'm like, who the fuck is Pete? I seen him on the top of the damn standings. I mean the stat sheets and stuff. But Manoz, the way that he need to get better, Manoz gotta mix it up, man. It's like a lot of these guys, mix it up a little bit. I mean, honestly. He has a play where he runs that cover 3 beater with it's the deep post route to the corner. He'll run that so much. He beat me off it a couple times. I'm thinking like he's not gonna run this again. Ain't no way he gonna run it again. Then he'll run it again, and he'll get me. You know, like you said on defense, he run that 4-6 normal, and he'll blitz both of his. He'll blitz that outside linebacker, and he'll blitz that DB. So he's bringing 6 players. He only got 5 in coverage. And he was running against Reed, and Reed was just killing him with cover 3 when he was running that. And I was doing the same thing. Like, if I see you come out there with one safety, I'm going to run the cover 3 beater. And it's not a good thing when somebody knows what you're gonna run just by looking at the formation. That's what he needs. He needs to switch it up. He switch it up and stop having kids. He'd be a whole lot better.
That man ain't got that many damn kids,
Yeah,
man.
got a soccer team over there.
This time y'all been waiting for is the top 10, baby. The best of NLB. And at number 10, we got that boy, the silent assassin, Cliff. At number 10, baby. What you got on Cliff as a GM?
Cliff's a good GM. He number 10, Cliff? 10,
Yeah.
okay. All right. He's a good GM, you know what I'm saying? I can't even think now with this 10 spot. I thought he was going. Anyway, he's a good GM.
Whoa, hey, no. What did you think? Where do you think Cliff was gonna be at?
Man, I was honestly, based on the last two releases, the last two, not just last season, the last two releases, and like the fact that his running backs, the last two releases, he's developed the fuck out of them. You know, I was gonna put him at like 6, 7. That's where I was gonna go with. That's where I would.
Oh, okay.
That's where I would put him. So, but development wise, last year with Fair, that shit was absolutely just ridiculous. That shit was masterful. Great running back, great development. One of those go down in league annals. He's no Bull Griggs. You know what I'm saying? But great. He's no baby bus. But I put it Fair up there with like when Armani developed Bernard Pierce. Type that's pretty solid type shit right there. So
He's a Hall of Fame running back.
Yeah, but he's pretty solid. So Cliff gets a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, and an A- from me for GM-manship.
All right. When I think of Cliff, like that whole AFC West division this past year was damn near mirror images of each other. Cliff would run that.
Except for San Diego, but go ahead.
Yeah. I'm talking about the 3 guys that made the playoffs all the time.
Okay.
Cliff would run that bitch, and like, I don't know, I was cakewalking with Zeke, like I ain't nobody finna catch me in yardage. And the season was over, and Fair had passed him in yards and TDs. I was like, damn, Cliff over there grinding. Fair was a monster. The thing about Cliff's offense is he's another guy that has to buckle down and learn how to become a better passer. On defense, he never gave me the same look. Like when he beat me, Cliff gave me a bunch of different looks. He's a slightly above average user, but I didn't play him but twice. Kyle, what you got on your boy Cliff?
And Cliff the homie, Cliff actually reached out to me and asked me like he asked me like how to develop his running backs like Fair. And I tell him, like, he wanted to do this and do that. And I told him, hey, if you want to make him better, do this. Put all your money here, then build everything after that. And that's what he did. He turned Fair into the second, arguably the best running back we had in the league last year. So, Cliff, like you said, Cliff, he loves the running ball. He want to run it. He want to pound the ball. He want to do that all game. I mean, he going to run that bitch 30 fucking times. He might have 30 rushes for 80 yards, and next thing you know, 31st rush, he gonna bust it for 60. That's what he want to do. He's not a great passer. He's okay, but he's not great at all. He'll get predictable. He love to throw the ball over the middle. That's probably one of his faults. If you sit there with your user behind the line of scrimmage, well, how it used to be, you sit your user behind the line of scrimmage, and you can just pick him off all day right there. Because he likes to throw them in the middle. As far as his defense, like I said, he'll give you different looks. His defense is straight. I mean, he'll give you different looks. One play he might be on the middle linebacker. Next play he might be on the damn slot cornerback. Next play he might be on the free safety. You never know where his user is at. And when you don't know where someone's user is at, then they're unpredictable. So you gotta take that as a caution. So other than that, if he fix those things, Cliff he'll be okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, baby, you got anything else on that boy Mayfield?
No, man, just like I say, he for 2 years and maybe part of 3 release wise, he's definitely he's put a lot more into showing his ability to actually make some solid deals and actually develop players. So I mean, he's had solid teams. You know what I'm saying? Not the whole team, but he's had very solid teams at what he likes to do. So I give him that.
All right, coming in at number 9. I kind of struggle with this one because I kind of felt bad about putting him above Cliff, but like I think this guy's a better player than Cliff. We got that boy Nikema Grant coming in. What you got on Keem as a GM, baby?
Shit, not shit. But look, Nikema will though. His personality lends more to this group, which means he'll actually debate and actually, if he don't want to do a deal, he'll give you a reason. Whereas James ass won't give you no damn reason. Nigga just be like, nah. So I'll give him Nikema that. I'm saying, I give him that. He has valid reasons why he won't do some shit sometimes, which I can respect that. But again, the jury's out. He's in the same boat as James is. Took over a team that pretty much was as great as it was gonna get, and he didn't fuck it up. So I mean, we give him that. But I don't. There's no historical data. Again, no lead to reference. Can't really claim that. So we have to wait and see on this. We gotta wait and see.
All right. When I think of Keem, like this guy's playbook is huge. He reminds me of that boy K as far as his playbook goes. Like you probably won't even see the same play in the same quarter. And then he reminds me of Coleman on offense, where he doesn't mind checking the ball down if nothing's there, or he'll take off with his fucking quarterback at any moment. And outside, like him and James are similar, but Keem has a more big play mentality. He'll go down the field. He runs the ball well. On defense, he's a great user. He blitzes. He fucking zones. He does it all on defense. His defensive playbook is as big as his offensive playbook. So dude he's a real deal player, and I expect him to make noise this release in NLB. Kyle, what you got anything on King?
Just like his brother, I haven't played him. I haven't watched him too much. When they came in what last 3 seasons or so, it was just so fed up with Madden. I didn't really want to watch too much Madden. So I didn't really get to see him too much. I think it's the same thing as James. I mean, he had to come in and build a team and win. That's simple. I mean, you come in from both those guys coming from not having a team to having top 15 ranked team, been a top 15 ranked. So you got to come in and show that it was real. I mean, James fell in on Carmen team, Nikema fell in on Nav team, both great teams. Would they do the same? They fell in on 2 worst teams. I mean, we don't know, but we'll see. My question for you is, though, I haven't played them, like I said, so I don't know, but I was thinking maybe what puts what puts Nikema ahead of James? I thought it would be switched. I thought James would be ahead of Nikema, but I haven't played either, so I don't know.
See, that's the thing. Like, I even watched some League 2 games. And James makes the playoffs in League 2, but Keem was right there with Quan in the Super Bowl every fucking year. Quan beat him every time except once. But, like, that's what put him over the hump when they started on equal ground. Mm-hmm. Nikema came out better. So that's why I have him ahead. And I just think Keem's a better player. When I played them, I had to do more on defense to defend Keem as opposed to James. But they both solid players.
That is a pretty fucking solid rationale for making that decision, man. Like, for real, that's solid as fuck.
You know what I did notice?
What
I did notice, I never said anything. I want to see how far. I want to see how long it'll go. You know, every week we do the polls, who will win. If you look at the polls and you look who votes for who, these guys never vote for each other. They're always voting against each other. So, I think it's a competition between them two. I think it would be interesting if you get both those guys in the same division. I would like to see both of them in the same division, brothers. I think that competition is there between them two. I don't know if they would, I don't know who's the oldest. I think James might be the oldest. But maybe growing up, there was a lot of Keem the oldest. Growing up, there was a lot of competition. But them guys would never vote for each other. I peeped that, but I never said anything.
That's so low, man. All right, we're gonna jump to number 8. And we got the babyface assassin coming in at number 8. That boy Spencer. What you got, baby?
Well, we know that Spencer doesn't do a whole lot of development per se. His development is limited to the middle linebacker he uses, which really he just hold triangle and say he don't. But it's Spencer's not real flashy. Like Spencer would be the poor man's Jordan, but Spencer is better than Jordan, So, GM wise, like he's just kind of average, Like I said, he never makes a big deal. He'll do like me. He'll offer somebody 2 thirds, a fourth, and the fifth for a goddamn 4-string tight end. He do shit like that, So, nothing spectacular. He's just average GM, not upper echelon, not bad, just average.
With Spencer, as far as that GM stuff goes, Stephon Anthony had like one of the greatest releases ever, and that it just didn't show on his attributes. I don't know what he was doing. Like he probably was knocking up awareness and some shit. But as a player, Spencer doesn't do a lot, but what he does well. He loves to throw verts. He loves to fucking throw flag routes to the sideline with his tight end. And like, if you're not in the right defense, like if you're in the zone and he's running them verts, he's gonna pick you apart. If you jumping a man, that flag's gonna pick you apart. But his playbook isn't wide, but he's not gonna beat himself either. And his defense, he probably had a top 3 user this year on defense, as Anthony goes. And he loved cover 2 this year. I hated him on cover 2 because he'd drop his cornerbacks, bring them up, and that shit fuck with me sometimes. But he got his first win against me this year. So, Kyle, what you got on the guy who gave you your first bowl, kid?
Hey man, I love Spencer, man. Spencer always got a place in my heart, man. Get my first bowl. I can't say nothing bad about this guy, man.
Asterisk. All right.
Hey, fuck it, I'll take it. But anyway, man, Spencer. The thing with Spencer is he's good, but he's not flashy. You know what I'm saying? But he's good. 'Cause Spencer and Quan battle the wild card damn near every fucking year. Like every year, the guys played each other, and Spencer would run that verticals. Man, that verticals get on your nerves so fucking bad trying to defend that shit. Because the thing with verticals, anybody can run it, but you have to place that ball at the right place at the right time between the linebacker and the safety. And he was great at placing that ball between the linebacker and the safety. So it'll give you fits. And then he started developing a running game as the Madden went along, which added to that passing. And then on defense, I mean, I didn't think Spencer User was that good to this season. I mean, we had people like Dave have great seasons with linebacker. You had Real have great seasons. You had K had great seasons. We've never seen anybody have that many fucking picks with a middle linebacker over what that time frame. It was like crazy. I don't know if DB and Fast was loading them up. I don't know if that was the case or not, but man, he had crazy interceptions, bro. Crazy. And as far as the GM thing, he got to stop spending so much on awareness. That's the only thing he need to stop doing. Spending on their skills. Fuck awareness. Do awareness last. And just see what happens.
I can dig that.
But you know what? But a lot of times when the dudes do the awareness thing, when they do that, it's simply because they use that defense to actually play defense for them, so that they can run around with middle linebackers and use it. You know what I mean? So I mean, they do the bill. They do the bill basically.
That boy Bill. I'm gonna have to unblock Bill and tell him to come back to the group, man. But okay, that's it for Spencer. Oh, Cliff, that boy Reed said you lucky he couldn't call in because he was finna clown your motherfucking ass. But at number 7, speaking of Cliff, we got Big Mayfield coming in. That boy hit the Quan. That boy hit the Quan, man. So, Beatty, what you got on Quan?
Big Mayfield, bro.
I'd like to thank Taquan Mayfield for being such a great Mad player and allowing me to beat him, to always give me a boost in points. I appreciate that. I really do. He's very savvy with his trades. He's not gonna make a deal unless he gets or he wins that deal. But he's not like snaking win. He just needs to win what he needs to win. Development wise with his players, he does a very good job developing his players. He does a very good job with allocating his resources. He does a very good job with drafting. He drafts good players for what he wants to do. A lot of people draft just to draft, but he'll draft a player for a position he needs to draft for. So he actually kind of sticks to the role of doing the right thing with his picks. So because he is successful what he does and the way he does it in his own style, I'm gonna say he's above average M. Not necessarily elite because nothing really jumps off the table as far as what he does, but when it's all said and done, he does jump off the table. So
I'm gonna say Big Mayfield. I'm gonna start calling him King League 2. Noj needs the first banner on the League 2 page to be Taquan at the top of that bitch because he completely dominated that fucking league, bro. Like he won, he pulled the all money last season. Or Carmen a couple years ago. He won like 5 Super Bowls in a row or some shit. But Taquan, like, y'all don't understand how good this kid is. He took that. Go look at the Detroit Lions roster, and then think of what he did with that same fucking team last year. And he was winning with that team in League One. He never got to the promised land, but he was always knocking on the door. And a little secret was, like, he talks big shit in the inbox. Me and Taquan had a little verbal exchange during the year, and I basically told him how to fucking, well, I didn't tell him. He asked me how to progress his guys because he wasn't building them correctly. And I showed him, and at the end of the release, he had his guys up to par. But, like, to think of what he did with that squad, just user-wise, he got a crazy user. He did these old stupid-ass rollout with the deep crosses. He'll roll out with his quarterback and hold that bitch to the last moment and hit a deep cross that'll beat you. And then if it's all tight, he'll just throw a fucking Hail Mary and come down with the bitch. Boy got a 4-leaf clover or some shit taped to his ass. But, Kyle, what you got on Big Mayfield, man?
I don't got too much. I mean, I played him maybe once or twice. I think I beat him. I'm not sure. I think I did. I'm not sure. But I don't know too much about his gameplay. Like, he was in a different conference. I didn't watch a lot of his games, but I know he took the worst team in Madden and came from the 32nd spot to the 7th spot. So that says a lot right there. And I'm not gonna say any names, but somebody in his division inboxed me. It was like, I don't know what he's doing, but he keeps blitzing me, and he coming through clean. He just keep blitzing me, and I can't beat. Dude, like, pretty much saying he couldn't beat it because Quan just kept.
That sounds like
it wasn't.
Bo.
It wasn't. I'm not saying no name. It wasn't Bo though.
But that sounds like Bo verbatim. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think I know who it is.
He said it kept coming in clean. And so, hey, Quan did this thing. Only thing I didn't like that, I don't think, did Quan make it to an NFC Championship game?
He did make it to a championship game. I think Carmen beat him in one.
Okay, so
he beat me to get to
okay,
him.
so damn, y'all. So yeah, he didn't make it to the bowl. I thought James made a bowl, Spencer made a bowl, Taquan didn't make a bowl, which surprised me because I think he's a lot better than James and Spencer. Well, not a lot better, but he's better than them two. So maybe next Madden he'll come through and make it to a bowl.
Oh, and I forgot that, like, he'll throw the bitch, but his offense is based on the run. He loved to run the ball, so don't get it twisted.
Yeah, he took Dree. Took Dree. I look at the stats a lot. Dree had like 7 yards of carry.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what runs he was doing, but all I know he had like 7, 8 yards of carry, and it wasn't no spot carries. He's running this guy at least 15 times a game, and he's busting loose with him. So,
yeah, Taquan is a guy to look out for, man. He's threatening to. He's one of them guys you look and wouldn't be surprised if people start whispering elite next season, but we'll see. Baby, you got anything else on Mr. Quan?
Nah, man, just keep doing what you're doing, and when you play me, dog, just let me win like you be doing, dog. I appreciate that shit, man.
All right, well, Beatty, you're going to have to help me with this one. At number 6, we got our commish. First-time Super Bowl winner, that boy Kyle.
Oh, Kyle.
What you got on Kyle as a GM, baby? I'll throw it back to you after I talk.
All right, so when we look at Cal GM-wise, we have to say that, and I'm going to go back to my old standby, he has the most time out of everybody in this league to goddamn get his shit together. And guess what? He gets it together. He's great with development. He's great with making his deals. He's a very eager trader. He's a very fair trader. He'll give you a deal. He works relationship, partially because he's a commissioner, That might help a little bit, but he's on a very even keel with most people. You can't really be mad at Kyle. In fact, you can talk shit to Kyle. He'll just not say nothing. He'll just be like, whatever. So, I mean, he's a very, very good GM, and it shows in his team building, and it shows in the talent he has. He has so much talent that he can trade away really good players for not so good players to accomplish other goals. So he's a very, very well-versed GM.
Well, I think of Kyle, like I talk to Kyle here and there. I don't talk to him like him and Reed talk, how they admit it on the page. But Kyle came in on 13 and he was so fucking shitty, dog, as a Madden player. Like, he was trash as fuck. And to see the progression, like, I played, like me and Kyle, we played good games, but he ain't beat me in a while. He ain't gonna admit it. I don't think he beat me in 2 releases. But his offense has gotten so much better. Like I used to tell him, like, don't work on something and then work on something else and forget what you was working on before. He's incorporated it all. And, like, he was hitting me with so many fucking cover 4 beaters, running that bitch. His offense is multi-layered now. So, and his defense, this motherfucker went out and drafted like a bunch of defensive ends and made them outside linebackers. Defensive ends are huge. So he got all 6'7" guys. Madden already trash for letting niggas catching 15-yard interceptions. So you got these basketball players at linebacker, man. Like, he's a great GM. He's a great user. Like, there's only one thing left for Kyle now, and that's to become a top 3 player. And with the progression of things, he may surpass a couple of guys ahead of him next season. What you think about that, baby?
Yeah, for the area that he needs to improve in is simply to not have that bullshit first round of the playoffs lackluster mindfuck that he's grown accustomed to. Because that's really what he do. He'll be fine for the whole season, and in that first round of playoffs, it'll be maybe say, but most of them that first round where he would just play somebody he should beat, and he just wouldn't play his game. He maybe try to do too much, and that's his hiccup. Because he'll be great week 1 through week 17. He's straight. You know what I'm saying? He'll have a hiccup here and there, but it's that playoffs until he got over this hump that he just kind of recently got over, asterisk hump, but it was a hump. He got over it. You know what I'm saying? He kept falling to that pattern of playing somebody in the first round that he done beat that he should be and not win the game because it was playoff time. So, he maybe has starting to get him a little ice water complex. He's starting to, get himself together as far as playoff time goes because he's showing up. He showed up a lot more this release in the playoffs than he had previous releases. I give him that. So.
Oh, one last thing on Kyle. It was kind of disappointing to see him let Reed keep getting to the bowl as much as he did because I don't think Reed is that much better of a player than Kyle is. So he should have went to the bowl way more than he did. I think he went twice.
It was mental.
Yeah. Kyle, you got anything on Kyle?
Yeah, man. think he's a great GM, a great player.
Oh my God.
But no, yeah, man. Just my personal thoughts on myself. Like you said, when I came into, I started playing. I ain't gonna make this long, so I don't think it's gonna be long. But I started playing CFM like Madden 12, and I was really bad at Madden, and I don't like losing. I mean, everybody. I think everybody in here is mostly competitive. They play sports in high school, whatever. Everybody have egos. Everybody want to be alpha man. I don't like losing, so I fucking practice. And don't get it twisted. I have time, but don't get it twisted. My household don't always be fucking peachy. My wife tell me, you want to goddamn game too much, blah, 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 blah. I say, you know what? Close my door, shut the hell up. I just deal with the shit later. I deal whatever I got to deal with later. But right now, you know, I need to put a little time into this. Hey, that's what I do. And as far as the playoffs, man, sometimes you get in that first round, your hands will get shaky, man. You get past that. And a lot of the times, Reed was a bowl. We never would meet each other because I would lose early. And he'll end up meeting somebody and he'll get there. But I did go twice, so, hey, that's good enough for me.
I thought you said you wasn't going to be long, dog.
I'm long, man.
Shit, this nigga went 30 for 30 on us, man. Shit.
You feel me? Whole fucking paragraph. All right. At number 5, we got that boy Los, man. We got myself. Beatty, what you got on me as a GM, dog?
As a GM, I'm partial to the Losinator. Last year, he kind of helped pull me out of the doldrums of the low 20s, you know, with a little situation, little deal that came together. You know, very fair players. You know, if you try to snake me, you know, I'm able to see his snakish ways early. So we kind of bag off the snakishness. GM wise though, nobody's gonna argue that Los is not a top 5 GM in the league because you know it all depends on what you go for. So he's an elite GM. Everybody's inbox buddy. He gonna know the pulse of the league, and so because he know the pulse of the league, it makes his dealings easier because he knows what people are willing to pay for certain things, and if that's your competition in the trade, you know what you got to give to get that deal and get it done. So he's very savvy when it comes to working his relationship to accomplish his goals. Development wise, we know this nigga will do everything short of nothing to goddamn develop these players. We know this. So it's no secret. He gonna develop the player whether he gotta press a button to do that shit or he gonna earn it. It don't matter. So he's gonna get his team together. So I mean, but aside from that, like I say, it wouldn't be Lowe's if it wasn't kind of some weird shit happening. But it wouldn't be Lowe's if he didn't have a good developed team with some solid players making deals. So that's why he is in the league GM. So Cal, no, you said you be quiet, Lo. So Cal, what you got on Lowe's, man?
Man. We all know how Los is, man. Los is like, Los pretty much, without Los in the group wouldn't be what it is, you know. I mean, that's you said for a lot of folks, but you know, if it wasn't for Los, the group wouldn't be what it is. I'll be honest. Los would storyline the hell out of somebody. He'll come up with a nickname. He'll nickname the hell out of somebody. Thing about Los is Los get his hooks. If Los has his mindset on getting this player and a storyline this player, once he gets his hooks into that player, he's gonna offer everything he had. I think Los might get the keys to his house for Ross. I mean, he gonna try to offer everything he can for Ross.
Ross already taken though.
Hey, we'll see. Yeah. I don't know. But if he got his hooks in somebody, he gonna get them. As far as gameplay,
shout out to my frat. Shout out to the
As
frat.
far as gameplay, Los sneaky. Los is very sneaky. You won't see Los labbing, but Los will jump in that lab. Los will jump in that lab every now and then. I think his shit might be offline, but you can't tell me Los ain't jumping in that lab. Cause Los will watch a game. Los has like his memory. Only person whose memory probably better than Los is Swift, cause he knows every record, you know, whatever. But Los could watch a game and see exactly what you did, see the adjustments you made. And somebody like me, I'm watching the game, I'm just watching it for entertainment. I'm not watching it to break it down to take plays all the time. This dude watching for entertainment, he also can remember every... I think Los watched the game with a notepad, because there's no way his memory is that fucking good. He's watching the game with a fucking notepad. He's writing shit down. And he got to be, because he's not doing it off of memory. But Los is he's not flashy on offense. Los, he loves to run the ball. He would throw some cover beaters. He's not flashy at all. I don't get why this nigga good. Tell the truth. He's not gonna do anything flashy, but it's gonna work whatever he does. On defense, he's a good user, great user. He's gonna put his players in position to win, and he's gonna put the best players out there. And he's gonna storyline these guys, and he's gonna make a great team. I mean, one time, Betty, he gave you 2 99-man coverage cornerbacks for one player. I'm like, Los, what the hell is you doing? That's the dumbest fucking trade I've ever seen in my life. But
but the thing was, he was giving me a quarterback and a player, a quarterback and a first, and in my mind I was like, fuck that, he finna give me both these corners, and he resisted to the very last before the draft kicked off. He was like, it's in there, it's waiting on you, dog. He waited up.
I had to have Nick, yeah.
Because Armani, I think it was Armani in the inbox talking about, say, dog, what do he offer you for it? Dog, rape that nigga, dog, rape that nigga.
That nigga hate me, cuz.
And I'm gonna say one last thing. Don't think Los as clueless as y'all think he is. That nigga Los be knowing all the shit. He be knowing. Los know more shit about me what's going on in the league. I guarantee that. Los hands are in every goddamn thing. You try to act clueless, but he be fucking knowing.
That's a lie. Okay. I don't know nothing, bro.
Los know who I done traded with. He told me already. You know who I done traded with, man. Don't be acting like you know everything, bro. He be putting on for y'all, dog. He not worried about no Bengals, dog. He putting on for y'all. I'm just gonna tell you, dog. This dude's super snake, but he a cool snake, so you know he ain't gonna bite you. He just gonna slither around you and make you feel uncomfortable. That's all.
I think Earl said Los just sitting cover 4.
All right. I ain't got nothing on Los, nigga. At number 4, we got that boy, All Money Livehouse Jones. That boy Chopper, man. This was kind of shaky for me too. I didn't think I'd place him this far down, but he didn't have a great release. Beatty, what you got on Chop as a GM?
Now, if his release wise, if we were to take out this last release and just go based on everything before this, then he would be either 1 or 2 in my book. There's no way around that as far as that. But because of this last release, and then the accusations being made by a fellow elite GM, Nav Jones, that this dude is washed, it makes you wonder, if he's lost that touch. So what we're going to need to see from him this release is for him to stick around and do what he's done previously to the last release to help us understand, if he's able or if he's still that same guy. But I'm going to give him 2 ratings. I'm going to give him a B+ for last release, but I'm going to give him a goddamn A+++ for everything before that.
All right. As a player, like, he ain't played for, what, 2-3 seasons? 3. Like, as a player, he still made the Super Bowl, still made conference ship. As a player, I still put him above, like, say, me, Kyle, and Quan, because I know when he gets in the lab, he going to cook up some shit, and his offense is going to return back to being fucking unstoppable. On defense, he always find the fucking blitz. I don't know how he find it, lab, YouTube, or whatever, but he cooks up a blitz that's going to get to the house every time and still have decent coverage behind it. Our Money is probably one of the best users and Madden players that I've faced personally. He just didn't have a great release, and he let that boy Reed dominate him. And I ain't going to say nothing. Well, I guess I'm going to say something. Reed say he the reason that you walked early, Chop. I don't know how true that is, but Reed say that he claimed it. Kyle, you got anything on Our Money?
Man, I don't think. I'm trying to think the last time I beat Armani. Might have been like Madden 25 or some shit. Man, Armani tough, man. It's like the way he plays is that on like his offense, I just don't fucking get it. How it's not even the plays, it's the reads. He sees the whole goddamn field. I mean, it's like no matter what the fuck you doing, he'll he sees the shit. I mean, one time I tried to trick him one time, and I tried to do some cross manning, and I hit him up after the game. He like we're talking. I was like, "How you know this? I see you cross manning." He just sees the shit that other people don't see. He'll get in the lab and he'll practice. He's not ashamed to say he'll practice. Defense, he uses that safety like crazy. He always finds a defense that's OP. When he was running that damn psycho, I used to hate that fucking psycho. That psycho just pissed me the fuck off. But he running that damn psycho. Only thing I can say, I can't tell him how to get better because he's better than me. So I can't say that. Only thing is Armani needs to stick around. I think it's the second release he quit. I just want to see Armani stick around to the end. From beginning to the end, we need to keep that competition in the league, keep it exciting. Even if the Madden is not as good as you think it is, I think Armani has some issues or whatever he might be going on. You got issues, take your break because you came back and still playing 2K. So take your break, get your replacement, and come back. We need to keep that competition high.
Yeah, I agree on that. We do need you around. It'll make the league better. And I'd like to add on, like I was in the division with him a few years ago, and like you said, like it didn't matter the front you showed him on defense. He would audible, like he'll audible like 3 times to try to throw you off. He already know you in cover 3 or cover 4. He ends up in the play and the guy's butt fucking naked.
I understand it.
It's ridiculous, dog. So yeah, that was the reason it was tough for me to drop him this low. But you got anything, Beatty, before we go to 3?
Yeah, with Armani, if you want to give yourself a fighting chance of keeping the game close with him, do not let him get to that third fucking click when he's fucking making adjustments on defense, man. Like, because you can hear the shit. So you can hear it. So if you hear it, click, 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 it's too late. You got to run your play before we get to that second click, 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 click. Because at that point, he done made his mind up. So, you know, that's my suggestion to you, you know.
But as I was saying, though, the reason we moved our money to 4 is because that boy, Reed, the little big man, dog, Reed, the shit talking this motherfucker in the league. Reed, the nigga who will streak the fuck out of a bum and fucking Reed produced like 5 receivers this year off the AFC East. So, Beatty, what you got on that boy Reed, bro?
Reed is another happy-go-lucky guy. He'll trade with you if it's a good deal. He gonna jump on it. If it's a good deal, somebody else got. But he'll sell his soul and more players just to get a player he don't even want, just so somebody else can't have it, just so he can say he got the deal. He'll do that type of thing. Now he develops. He's very good at developing the players, but his development comes from beating the shit out of people who are on his level in his division most of the time. So it's one of those things where is he developing because he's a great developer, or is he developing just because he just gets so many XP from whooping the shit out of people that he normally play? You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. But regardless of it, he does it. He trades. He makes good deals. And he always has really good teams. So with that being said, dude's an elite GM.
All right. Well, it's one thing to beat up on bums. I threw a shot at him for the AFC East, but Reed was blowing teams out in the playoffs, dog. Like, he was blowing out AFC teams in the playoffs. Like, Manoz, I think he put a Pittsburgh on Cliff, I'm not sure. But the motherfucker, like, Reed will throw bombs and you think that's all he got, and then he'll get in the game with a player that he actually respects, and that's when you see his game. Like, he'll run different. He has a lot of shit cooked up in the lab. You just don't see it because he's playing these bums. Like, his secondary is ridiculous. That fucking defensive line these past 2 years was a glitch. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but Clowney, Frank something, I forget his name. Then this motherfucker from the Jaguars went fucking bananas. Like, Reed had the best team in the league. Period. So, but he didn't finish the deal a lot. Like, Roy Reed went to 5 bowls, and he only took home 1. That was the only flaw, but you can't knock a person for going to the bowl as much as he did. Kyle, you was his main opponent this year, and you his best friend in the league. What you got to say about Reed?
Man, the thing with Reed, bro, Reed coming into Madden with a plan. Reed came into the Madden with the plan that I'm gonna have all young people. They're gonna be all young. I'm gonna make them all fast, and we're gonna ball. And I didn't think it was gonna work. I said you're not gonna be able to sign all those players, but he made it work. Reed offense isn't his playbook isn't big on offense. Playbook isn't big on defense. He's not gonna out scheme you. He's just gonna outplay you. If he see you back there one safety, he gonna throw the cover 3 beater. If he see you in cover 4, 2 safeties, he gonna throw a cover 4 beater. See you a man, he gonna come out. He keeps it real simple, but it works for him. But we seen Reed be a great runner with muscle hamster. We see him be a great passer. I say great passer. He would throw a lot of fucking picks, but his defense is so good he can overcome that. And like I said, when I played him, it was just his team was so fucking fast. It like them zones close fast as hell. You sit back, you see somebody. If you hesitate, you throwing a pick. If your lineman ain't up to par, you gonna get sacked. They were so fast. It's like a high school playing against the NFL team. But you can't just say team because he's building that team. He's doing something to build that team. So you can't really knock him for that. But we've seen him do it. He's been doing it since he's been in the leagues. Every year he builds a team. So, man, I mean, that's all I got, man. But straight up, fuck Reed, though.
Reed's another guy that started trash, but I can honestly say Reed done won a bowl the last 3, maybe 4 releases. So I think he's earned this spot in the top 3. What you think, baby?
Yeah, he has. He has. He has. I mean, shit. What he been doing has been remarkable. Like he's gonna always have 1,000 people with 99 speed on his team, and he's gonna always trade by 500 of them. He's still gonna have another 500 with 99 speed. So I mean, he do what he do. I mean, it ain't no secret. He do. What he
even
do.
even that what that was 2 Maddens ago, where the XP was real limited. And I was telling Reed, you ain't been make all them players, then you're in trouble. You ain't been make all them fast ass players. And what he did, he made a bunch of fast ass players. He's just gonna find a way to do it. And the way he does it is, when he play against players he knows not better than him, he's gonna take every fucking chance in the book. He don't care. He's gonna throw 35 streaks if he need to. He's gonna run out the one, and he's gonna score with that. I mean, if you're a bum, if I'm not gonna say a bum. Yeah, I'm gonna say a bum. If you're a bum and Reed doing this to you, you need your ass whooped. Straight up. You shouldn't let Reed sit here and throw 35 streaks on you, then run out the one and still score with the person you want to score with. That is fucking sad. that is terrible. I'd be too scared to do that. But he'll do it, and the people he playing let him do it. That's crazy.
Yeah. That boy's a monster. But here's the most exciting part of the podcast, I think. Who's going to be number 1? All right? And we got 2 people left. We got that boy Carmen. We got that boy Nav. And I'm pretty sure Nav, old picklehead ass, tuned in right now. So at number 2, here you go, Nav. That boy King Carmen coming in at number 2. Baby, what you got at Carmen, bro?
I feel like he's been disrespected right here. But we'll talk about that. Well, I'll be the first to say that you should not underestimate the man's ability to build a team. You should not underestimate whatever he want to do, because he done pretty much kicked my ass up and down the field for about 2 releases now. I mean, so I said he wasn't that good, but he is that good, and that translates to how he builds his teams. His D linemen weren't on Reed's level, but damn it, he had the second best D line. It's just what it was. He's a great builder of teams, makes big trades, overpays to get what he wants, doesn't mind doing so, and just basically, carries his plan out all the way.
Carmen, I think of Carmen. Carmen is the best player in the league to me. Like he's historically the best Madden player our group has. Like, our money has had his run. Swift even had a run. Reed been there, Kyle getting better. But Carmen has come into this league, and he has won consistently. Not one bowl, but like two bowls. like 2 bowls of release. It's ridiculous, dog. And this kid, he goes out and drafts 6'6" receivers that's like 89 speed. Them hoes end up being 99s across the board. You can't do nothing with it. And when you got perfect fucking defense on Carmen, he'll drop that bitch in the flat. He'll take off with his quarterback. It's so fucking frustrating to play this dude. And his offense, that's just his offense. He kills you with that fucking that flat, then that intermediate, and that deep route.
It's called a flood. It's called a flood route, dog. It's called a flood, man.
That flood route. If you defend all that shit, he gonna take off. On defense, he loves using his safety, but unlike Smith, he never takes his guy out of the play. You never know what he's doing on defense. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm running out of superlatives for this kid. Kyle, what you got on King Carmen?
Man, fuck Carmen, man. But no, I said Carmen, he also one of the guys who important to the group. Even though sometimes he type and don't use no punctuation, you know what the hell he's saying. But Carmen would trade with you, bro. Carmen would trade if he see something he like. He easy to trade with. I mean, I never had, you know, some people you'll go back and forth, and keep giving you the run around, or they gotta look at this, look at that. Man, Carmen would pull a trigger.
Go to hell.
He'll pull a trigger on what the hell he want. As far as gameplay, man, Carmen don't make mistakes. He hardly makes mistakes. That's the bottom line. He's not gonna turn the ball over much. If somebody's not open, he's not gonna force it. He'll throw it to the flats. He'll pull down with his quarterback and he'll run that bitch for a first down. On defense, he's not. I wouldn't say his defense is great. He's not an Armani Reed level defense, but his defense works. I played Carmen in my first Super Bowl this year, and man, that dude beat me so bad I wanted to cry. I'm serious. I wanted to cry because people's in my inbox like, yo, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, and this you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm like, bet, I'm ready. Nigga, I'm in the lab. Nigga, I'm ready for this nigga. I'm about to get my first bowl. Man, that motherfucker was just throwing to his son. And nobody throws streaks on me. Even Reed can't throw streaks on me. But some way, Carmen had them big ass wide receivers. He just throwing streaks. And man, I couldn't do shit. I didn't want the game to be over, bro. But yeah, Carmen, he just too nice, man.
Yeah, man, like Carmen, he's come out of his shell almost completely now. He's at the point where he talks shit in the league. Like Kyle said, he's one of the more important players to the league and personalities. Like, yeah, Carmen a cool ass nigga too, man. Like, he probably gonna be mad at me after this ranking, but you know, I fucked with you. Beatty, you got anything left?
Man, yeah, I mean, it hurt me not being able to trade with him because I'm still harsh against the in-division trading, but you know, I told him to stay away from me. And he's already helped me out this release already with some stuff we got working. So, man, I really feel like, man, he's probably my best friend in the whole wide world. He don't even know it.
See, here you go, man.
Man, Carmen was developing so well. I'm like, I was thinking to myself, I'm glad I didn't post it. I'm like, Carmen gotta be able to edit in his players. He has to be editing the player. How he getting these players so good so fast? Now, like, I had to sit back and think, like, well, he ain't no goddamn commission, so he can't edit his players. That shit was crazy. The way he build those players. He's like Reed. Carmen will disrespect your ass. He'll do the round the 1-2. He'll throw streaks. He'll feed his player, and them boys got that formula for that, man.
I think Carmen had 3 different MVPs too. He had the running back, he had his son, and I think his quarterback won MVP. So yeah, he's disrespectful motherfucker.
Hey, them boys,
well,
expensive, stupid.
Well, I guess that leaves that boy.
Yeah.
The Bay God at number 1. We got the Bay God. That boy Nav jumped up to number 1. He had an awesome release. I don't think it was the greatest release ever known to man, like he'll have you think. But he kind of put them hands on Carmen this year, man, and he threatened to do it again this release, Baited. What you got on Nav, the
Well,
#1 player as a GM?
As a GM, he's probably 1, 2, or 3, one of the better GMs around. What he did, which was remarkable, which was some shit I wish I could do because I don't have the ability, was this nigga start selling tips and tricks for picks, man. You know what I'm saying? When you can start, when you are so good that you can trade nothing and get something back, then that's the ultimate sign of a good GM. When you are taking in assets and you are not giving away anything, you know. And up until last release, I would question his GM ability because he would always leave right when his roster cut and then his salary cap caught up to him. But he hung around, you know. I thought he was gonna hang around more, but you know when he left. But the guy who got the Falcons was all right with the cap. It wasn't bad. So in my mind, this is probably the first release where he left early and the cap was not fucked up in what he did, which means that he did a pretty adequate job. So with that being said, he's definitely a top 3 GM. He's a top 3. You know, it's hard to separate 1, 2 from 3 when it comes to GM stuff, but he's a top 3 GM.
All right. Well, as a player, Nav works relentlessly. Like, I don't know if he's YouTubing or if he's cooking this shit up on his own. But Nav was the first one using that cover 3 beta this release where you I ain't gonna tell his whole shit, but he would draw the safety this way and he'll have the post going another way. And like his fucking playbook, like the kid would laugh. It was hard to stop Nav's offense because he always had a counter to whatever defense you ran. You know what I'm saying? As a GM, he didn't build, like he built some speed, but he wasn't just grabbing for speed. He'll get a guy up to like 92, 95 speed on defense. And he schemed like he was the one running that fucking load heat out of the dime. I hated that fucking play. I couldn't block it. Like, and his user is top tier. Like, he's very inventive. Like, there's not much bad I have on Nav. Kyle, what you got on Nav, bro?
I've been playing with Nav since Madden.
Pause.
Yeah, I've been playing Madden with Nav since Madden 13, and I've seen the progression. Not saying he started off ass, but he wasn't as good as he is now. And me and Nav, we'll talk something. We both play a lot of MUT, and he's doing this thing over there in MUT. This just was a great release for Nav. He likes to create. I mean, he'll get in the lab and that's what his calling card is. Like, he'll get in the lab and he'll create shit. Then he'll go into lab, he'll go into practice mode, and we'll go into a game and him and Armani will bounce the things off each other. I mean, that what helped him out. Playing against top competition. When you can lab against top competition, day in and day out, it's going to make you a better player. He's talking a lot of shit now to Armani, so we'll see how that goes for this Madden. He's gonna have his lab partner, but we'll see. But one thing I did notice by Nav also, Nav he does things the way he wants to do it. Like you were saying, he doesn't have a lot of 99 speed players. I don't think Nav even had a 99 speed player.
Connor.
Connor, you said? Okay, yeah, he had that one. But he wouldn't have a lot of 99 speed players. He, like I said, 90, 95, 94, 93, 94, 95, like that. And a lot of his players, like Kim Dichie, when he sent me Kim Dichie, I traded for him. He didn't, he wasn't superstar dev. Now was like, fuck it. He just started building his shit without superstar dev, which I thought was kind of crazy, but it worked for him. And I looked at a lot of his players. A lot of his players didn't have quicker superstar dev. Now we just start developing his players, like not wasting no time on that. And it worked for him. Like I said, on offense, he likes to create. He catch you slipping. He gonna abuse you. And he gonna talk shit to you while he doing it. I don't think his defense is that great. I think he has great run defense. As far as pass defense, I don't think it's that great. I think Nav finally got out his own way, because last Madden he'll get in the playoffs and he'll nut up, he'll come out some crazy ass, have ate them offensive linemen on the field and shit.
Yeah, he was scared, dog. He was playing too damn.
But he didn't do that shit this matter. He just continued his same game. And he gave a lot of people trouble. I mean, he gave Carmen trouble. I think he had a winning record, like they said in sport, the smart guy cast, whatever. He had a winning record versus every guy that was in the top 10 or whatever. He had a winning record against him. So he did this thing this release. He gonna talk his shit though.
Yeah, that shit get annoying because he don't stop talking. But the motherfucker is a chemist, dog. Baby, anything else on the number one guy name?
No, other than the fact that he deserves to be the number one. That's the truth. So.
And I just want to add,
Goddamn, Cal.
hey man, we're almost out of here. I want to add, we need Nav to stay. I don't know the hell what happened last Madden. He need to stay. And also, you look in the top left-hand corner, left your Easter egg, bum.
Alright, man. What y'all think of a whole as the low 1 through 32 power ranking? Who's the biggest snub? Who's I gave too much love to? What you got?
I'm trying to think.
That's tough.
I don't think they were like big snubs or big giving love to. I think everybody was within their range of what they're supposed to be. You might could argue maybe 1 or 2 spots, 3 at the most, but everybody was in their range that they're supposed to be in. So
I think Jordan got too much love. I'll say that.
Okay.
I'll say that. But in that being said, you didn't snub anybody really. 'Cause like I said, everybody's maybe the most you can argue with somebody is maybe a place or 2. There's no where somebody should be 5 places higher where you like what the fuck. So I mean it's fairly accurate. It's pretty accurate. So.
All right. I appreciate Kyle for letting me do this shit on the podcast. Y'all don't know how long it took to do them fucking write-ups, bro. Like, that shit became annoying on the cool. So I'm glad the podcast got popping so I can do this. And hopefully we'll do a part 3 after this release. And, shit, that's all I got, bro.
that's all I got. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Help us out, man. I don't know how many subscribers we got, but we close to 100. So I just want 100 subscribers. After 100, I don't give a shit. After 100, I want the 100, so I get the custom down URL. Then after that, it's whatever. I just want that 100. So y'all hit that subscribe, hit the like button, and that's all I got, man. Appreciate y'all coming through.